The American Farm Bureau Federation estimated last year that there were about 2.4 million farm jobs that needed to be filled annually, but there are fewer workers these days. Christina Herrick with the Packer takes a closer look at what that means for the produce industry.
It's no secret that the fresh produce industry relies on its workforce to maintain the constant supply of fruits and vegetables consumers crave. But the agriculture industry in the U.S. has been facing a labor crisis for a while, even for growers that use the H-2A guest worker visa program to secure the help they desperately need. John Devaney, president of the Washington State Tree Fruit Association, said he's seen an increase in the use of H-2A in Washington, and that demonstrates the clear need for ag workers in the industry.
You first have to recruit domestically at the higher wage rates required by the program, and only if you can't fill those, better offered jobs with the higher wages domestically, only then are you approved for those foreign visa holders. So that is a good proxy for the actual labor shortage domestically. And it shows that even at increasing wages, you're not pulling more people into the agricultural seasonal workforce.
Those participating in the H-2A program have a higher minimum wage to pay for workers' housing and transportation, including flights to and from the farm, and visa and administrative costs to bring the workers to the U.S. Devaney said all of those added costs make it harder and harder for growers to break even.
So what we saw in 2023, for example, was that 99% of the gross returns for apple growers were going just to cover their labor costs. So everything else involved in growing your crop that year was just a loss because labor had basically eaten all of your returns. And that's causing a lot of problems for growers.
Devaney said these problems for growers include having to remove orchards, decreased production, and growers often choosing not to pick varieties a second or third time because it's too cost prohibitive to do so.
So the labor costs of doing that additional harvest activity means that more frequently, growers are having to decide, I can't pick that because it's definitely going to result in a significant loss. There's no way you're going to be able to sell that particular product at a decent return to cover that cost.
And all of this means consumers might have less options in their grocery store.
That will have consequences for some consumers. They might not be able to get everything that they want every time they want it with domestically produced produce.
Reporting for Ag Day, I'm Christina Herrick with the Packer.